Good morning and welcome to Northeast Iowa. This is Karen. I'm happy to have you here on my channel. I apologize if there are any shadows. I'm doing this video early in the morning, and you may also hear my puppy in the background. She's chewing on a chew to try to keep her entertained while I film this. So I want to go ahead and get started. Sorry, I had to take a drink of my coffee. And yes, I like my coffee with a little bit of cream. So what I'm working on today is in my Hillside Heart Prompts journal, and then I'll be doing a few other little things. But today, this week's prompts, that's the word, prompts were kite, purple heart, and thankful. So I found this quote, "A true artist is not one who inspired, but who inspires others," by Salvador Dali. And this really spoke to me this week because I am hearing that I am inspiring a lot of people. Some to start this journey of junk journaling, and others just giving them a renewed interest, it seems like. So there's that. And then I have these stickers. I think they came, it's American Greetings, so they came from Dollar Tree. Not Dollar Tree, Dollar General. So here's a purple heart. And then I thought I was getting gelatos. I was on Amazon and I ended up getting paint sticks. So I'm going to use the paint sticks to create something that includes a kite. So I'll have some fun playing with that. So first off, I'm using this little punch as a book weight to try to keep my pages open, because I was struggling with that as I was looking at things. To start with, I'm going to start by seeing if I can tear this a little bit. It's too wide as it is for my pages, and I just want to see how it fits if I get most of this brown off. I know I'll still have to take some more off, but it's okay. Let me tear this off. So one helpful hint that I've learned is if you put your thumb here as you tear, it kind of guides where the tear should happen. Excuse me. And because if you don't, it kind of just tears willy-nilly where it wants to. So put your thumb in the spot where you want the tear to happen, and it makes tearing a lot easier. And don't be afraid of this. If you need to, start making like a bigger circle, then like I got kind of close here. So make it a little bit bigger, and then if it goes willy-nilly, you still have a chance to fix it. So here's this. So I think, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and tear this side of the flowers off. Sorry if that gave anyone flashbacks to the shark song. That was not my intention. I like to make little musical sounds. My husband thinks I'm very weird, and that's okay, because weird is good. Alright, so here's that. Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay, so we have that. Get the hearts open, and I'm just gonna do this. You don't have to cut them apart, but sometimes it helps like figure out placement. And I like to do odd numbers because aesthetically it's a little bit more pleasing. So we'll kind of do this and this. And this one can kind of hang out up here. That can be like a balloon. There's my little cup. What if I did like this? No, I don't like that. I feel like it's just missing something. Let's see. I have this, it's from Hobby Lobby. It's Park Lane. Time Worn Textiles. Let's see if there's something in here. I can use this for a little bit of inspiration. I know I have that purple that I have to fit in. So here's a purple that I can use to kind of matchy-matchy. That wouldn't be horrible. So I hope that you guys all had a good weekend and you're preparing for a good week. My employer changed the holiday schedule last year, so we now get President's Day off, which is kind of cool. But it's also a weird day in the middle of the month. So I thought it'd be a perfect day to film a video here. I like those two. I just want to do a quick look-see and see. Ooh, this would be a cool kite. Alright. I just want to do a quick flip. Yeah, what I have is perfect. And I have to rescue the paper off the floor. Otherwise, the puppy likes to snatch them. And we don't need that. Because that was good paper. So today, since I have like an unexpected holiday, even though it's not, I told my husband I wanted to get out of the house at some point this weekend. Like, go on a little adventure is what we call them. We like to just go on trips. Just sorry, I can't talk and cut at the same time. Alright, so here's a kite. Ooh, that's badly formed. Let's see if we can fix this up. There, that's a little bit better. Not really, but it's wonky. And we like wonky in this house. So I was thinking of just kind of tearing a little bit. You don't have to just use your thumb for my trick. You can use all your fingers. And then I'll get back to my comment about adventure. I just wanted to focus on this quick. So I have that, and then I want to do a little bit. Alright, let's see. It's really tall. That just kind of blends in. I don't really like that. So it can go away. But I do really like this dark green. So I'm going to go ahead and get that stuck down. I couldn't find my book pages that I'm going to use as glue pages to glue on. Alright, adventure. So I told my husband on Friday night, I said, I don't care what we do this weekend, but I want to get out of the house and go on an adventure. So usually that means we will go up to Clear Lake, but with the puppy, we're kind of going to stick closer to home. So we didn't make it out any other day, so today is the day. So I have a few hours to get some crafts in, and then we're going to head probably just to the Waterloo Cedar Falls area and see what kind of trouble we can get into. No. Definitely not. Alright, so sorry for the noise. Let's see if we can do like some clouds. I've not really used these before. I really wanted the gelatos because I saw, oh, that's not what I want. Caroline on the Hillside, whose prompts I'm doing, she has gelatos and she can smudge them and it gives a really cool effect. Now this, I need to make sure that this is not going to come up since it just smeared. So looks like it might. It's getting better. Like I said, this is the first time I've used these, so I did not know how well they would work. And this is a gloss paint, so that might be why. So, as you can see, when I first put this down, I picked up a lot, and then just a little, and then now there was nothing, except for one little smudge. But this is a good, I can use this to keep mopping stuff up, and then I'll have a cool effect on it. So, we'll keep that on the side. So, I like how this kind of looks like sky, and this looks like grass. So yeah. And then I still need to get my purple hearts. I'll go ahead and put this one down here because I really like the quote. Ugh, I wanted to cover up that little bit of white that was sticking out there weird. So there's that, and here's another one. Alright, so adventure. So about 10 today, we're gonna head out on an adventure. Not really sure. We don't really have any set plans on what we're gonna do. I know the puppy needs a new collar because her current one is kind of tight. So we'll probably end up at a pet store at one point. But other than that, I'm not really sure. So that's part of what adventuring is for us. We have, like I said, typically we go to Clear Lake, to Larson's Mercantile. I'll talk about it a lot because we love that store. I love it because has a whole bunch of, it's a mercantile. It has a whole bunch of kinds of things. It has t-shirts, it has cards, it has fabric, it has kitchen stuff. It's just a fun store. So yeah, we go there a lot. But not today because we don't want to leave the pups alone that long, which is fine. They would be fine, but my husband just isn't in the mood for that. Alright, so here we have my happy balloon and my happy kite. I'll just draw some little light kite lines in there. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this came together since I had no idea what I wanted to do. Alright, so we'll do Hillside heart prompts. Thankful, Kite, and Purple Heart. Honestly, when I hear Purple Heart, I always think of the military and all of the people that have earned Purple Hearts with the military. It makes me a little bit sad to think about that because of the things that they probably went through to deserve that. But I'm glad we have a way to honor them. Alright, there's that. I don't really have a bigger story to go with this. I had fun playing with my new my new paint sticks. And cutting out the kite was kind of fun. So yeah, that's what this is about, is having a little bit of fun. And this is kind of a mini collage, but yeah, I enjoy Carolyn's prompts. So I'm gonna trim this, and I'm just gonna stick that right here to fill up the space. So this is what the glue page is for, so I can go over the edge and it doesn't get all over my tablecloth or whatever I have as a background. And then when it gets too gluey, I'll just say this one is too gluey. I'll put a little bit more glue on there and I'll fold it in half. And now I can collage over this and make it into like a pocket on a page. I could fold it again and make it a tag. There's just a multitude of things that you can do. So this is a good background for another thing, and it doesn't have to end up in the garbage, which is what I love about this hobby, is pretty much things that we trim off don't have to become waste. We can reuse them in another way. So I'm going to pause here and I'm going to get myself resituated, and then I have another project that I want to work on. So I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. So I know I'm a little bit late with this project, but I had it started and then didn't have supplies to put in the sequins to put in my heart. So it got tabled until I could make it to the store. So I wanted to go ahead and get started on this. I have my piece cut out that I'm going to use to line the outside. But then I was looking at this and I don't know that I like the white. So I was either going to use this or maybe this. I'm leaning towards this. So what I wanted to do, I might have to take a little break and let the puppy out. We'll see how this goes. And I guess to start, I should explain. Let's see if I can make this work. So this was a candy heart box. And there was a plastic insert in here with a heart-shaped candy in there. I really like that. So what I did to give myself room to have some confetti in here was I cut 2 index cards down and traced a heart and was able to cut it out so that there's a little bit of room here for our little confetti. I might take some of this out because I do want some of these sequins also. My improvised book weight. And if y'all like Valentine's Day, let me know and I will send you, or if you like hearts, shoot me a note and I can send you some sequins. Because this is more than I will ever use, I'm sure. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and glue here and get the backing on so I can see how this looks, and then I can decide if I want to add or remove sequins, because it seems like a lot, but maybe it'll work. Alright, so just going to use my art glitter glue, and this is glue that, art glitter is glue that you have to buy online unless you have a local to you scrapbook store. It's available on Amazon and also Scrapbook With Me, I think it's called. So it's art glitter glue. This is the brand. They also have a website, artglitterglue.com. Alright, so scooch that out of the way. Press, press, press. Ta-da! Not sure what I was looking for, but yeah, that'll work. Alright, and now I will go ahead. I'll just toss some more of these in there. Clean up my little mess on my desk. It'll be fine. And then we'll glue this. And I did see someone else making this into a shaker. That's what this is called, and I'll show you in a second why. And she just cut little trims to make the hearts, the inside hearts, to level it up so it could shake. I didn't like that as well because I was afraid that my paper that went over it wouldn't stick down well enough. So that's why I used index cards to build it up. And it looks like I have way too many hearts in here, but you know what? For a first time, it was great. And I need to let my puppy out, so I'm going to take a break and I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. A little bit of a longer break, but that's okay. So I learned an important lesson here. Shaker cards, less is more, so that you have more room to shake, shake, shake. If I wanted to, oh, and it looks like I need to, I'm getting shaker things out the side. So something's not glued down right. Do not use glue stick when you're attaching to plastic. That would be the lesson here. Because I did glue stick these down and it obviously didn't stick. So, major malfunction. So we'll get that figured out. In the meantime, I was going to go ahead and get started. I want to do a hidden spine. That's something I've not talked about on here. Because this is very pretty, I don't want my threads to go through there. So I need to figure out how big this is. So I will probably do a 1/2 inch because, let me cut it and I can explain it better. So I hope that you are all having a good day. I'm kind of discombobulated as usual, but it's gonna be fine. Alright. I need to trim a little bit more off. Alright. So what we want to do, here is the the edge of the box where it folds, and here's the edge of the box where it folds. So I cut this strip to fit into here so that it nestles between the fold lines. And then what I will do is, this is my signature, and then I will stitch my signature to this. My signature is taller than this, but that's okay because I usually go about an inch in and an inch up and then in the middle. So I'll be able to stitch my signature to this, and then once my signature is stitched, I'll be able to take this whole thing and glue it in here. And that is called a hidden spine. Perfect, right? So let me get this situation under control. I had glue seepage. So that's not good. There's static electricity involved, so that makes it super fun. I need my little dish plate to contain all of this. Sorry for the reach. It has things in it already. Eek. Eek. Alright. There's little hearts everywhere. I'm going to be finding them for days. Days, I tell you. I feel like that's a quote from a movie, but I have no idea which one. There's my pretty little bowl. This is my hidden spine. This is my inside cover. Those were scraps I was going to use, maybe. Yeah, this did not work out well at all. Lessons were learned today. Lessons were learned. Important lessons. So I'm going to go ahead and take this whole thing off. And we're going to do it the right way this time. So I'm going to glue back here so that if it does eke out, and you're saying, Karen, what are you doing? You don't have any glitter in there. You're just going to not do it right. I have a plan that I just worked out while I was talking. So you're right. I don't have any glitter in there. So I'm just going to take it. I'm going to sprinkle it. I want a few more of the white ones. / light pink ones. Less is more. Less is more. Let's see. Put a few. Alright, that's it. We're done. I don't have a lot of table space around here, and that makes it kind of difficult. So we're going to guesstimate. Actually, these line up with the bottom, so I don't have to guesstimate. Oops. There we go. She's done. And hopefully she'll stick this time. I know art glitter glue works with paper to paper and paper to fabric. So I hope it also works with paper to plastic. Otherwise, I would have to get out my Fabri-Tac because that works with everything. I blame static electricity for my shaker not shaking. Or I don't have enough gaps. But it's my first shaker ever, so there's that. Alright, and when I put this back together, I didn't get this lined up perfectly, so I want to do a little bit of a trim to get that edge straight again. And there's that. Just like that, my shaker is done. Do I want to address this right now? I think I have. My plan originally was going to be to put trim, like a pom-pom trim along here, but I don't have any. So I'm making do with what I have. Speaking of it, does anybody have a good way to contain scraps? Because I have about 15 bazillion ways that I'm containing my scraps, and I'm not liking a single one of them. For this, I used a Amazon envelope just to contain all these Valentine's Day scraps. So I also need to I want to cover this up, and I want to put something here. So I'm going to focus on covering this up right now. Bummer. Not quite wide enough. Let's see, what else do I have? I have an envelope. I could put an envelope on the back. Seems like a waste. I don't love how that looks with it. I'll do this. So, what I was trying to say is for my scraps, I have a lot of envelopes that I keep scraps in because I like to keep similar scraps together. But then I have scraps everywhere, and like when I want something, I have to go hunt for it, and I don't like that. I also don't have a lot of table type space. So I know a lot of people get those big like 11 by 17, I think it is, baskets from Dollar Tree and store their scraps in those. And I like that, but I don't have that kind of space that I can have a bunch of those. Not a bunch. I never want a bunch. I just want one, to be honest. I don't have a lot of table space to have that sitting around. I do better with things standing up. So if you have any ideas for how to store my scraps like that, I would appreciate it. Alright, and another tip that I learned in this craft is, like, I have to cut here and I also have to cut here. Well, if I cut here this way first, I have a bigger scrap left. If I would have cut this way first, I would have taken just a tiny strip here, and then this block would be shorter. So that's why I cut here first. Also, because of the size trimmer that I have, I can't, I couldn't fit that in this trimmer. I'd have to get my big trimmer out. And as you know, it's not a favorite of mine. Alright. So for this pocket, I'm not going to turn into a pocket. I'm just going to have it covering the calorie information. Wow, that heart served 2 people. Seems like if you're giving it as a Valentine's Day gift, it should only serve one. I know, they say 2 people so that you don't feel as bad when you eat the whole thing because you think it's less calories because you didn't look at the serving size. I'm on to those people. Alright. So there we go. Oops, that's scooched. Alright, so there we go. Covered up the nutrition information. I like this up here because it has little paw prints. I forgot to say this had a foil that had a saying with a dog. So yeah, I kind of fell in love. So there's this. I do want to find some sort of trim to put along here because I think that would be cool. Shakers. I don't think I'm going to make a shaker again. They're too hard. They hurt my brain. So the person that I was following to do the shaker, she only did 2 layers, so I did 2 layers. But I feel like 2 layers just wasn't enough. That we needed another layer, or 2, or 3. So, if you've made shakers, how do I make them for reals? Alright. This paper, I have it backwards. This is supposed to go over here. But I liked all the hearts here and just a few hearts here. Then I can put something here if I want. This is a freebie from Tracy Fox. Alright, I'll flip through my signature now. So this is just Crafter's cardstock. It was a free paper, like where you pull the papers. Not sure where I got it. This was just planner pages that I had. This is also scrapbook paper from I don't know where. I did use my scorer to put lines to bend, and it cut through, so I did put some washi tape on here to stabilize that paper. This is a freebie from, I believe it was free, from Angela the Traveling Crafter. This is, again, the paper that I used in the cover. So that's what it would really look like. That was from Tracy Fox. This is just another piece of cardstock. This is a planner page, and here it has Valentine's Day. I thought that was kind of cute. This, I believe, came from a paper pad, but I have no idea which one. This is also from Angela the Traveling Crafter. This was super cool. This was an envelope. And it's really heavy cardstock. I found it at a thrift store, so it was one of the long, where you tri-fold an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and it fits in this envelope. It's one of those. So I just cut it down to size and then left the flap from the envelope here. And I thought it turned out really cute. Again, just miscellaneous paper. This is from an old songbook that I have. It's Let Me Call You Sweetheart, and I love how the sweetheart is stood out here. This is from the Angela the Traveling Crafters freebie. This is that pink parchment that I got in a haul. And then this is a pink heart doily. And I just flipped it up so that you can fold it out and see it. And then here's to go the other way. And I like how it said, I'm in love here. And then this, I will glue to be a little tucky spot. Again, Angela the Traveling Crafter. Back side of the planner page. Cardstock. Tracy Fox. Angela the Traveling Crafter. Here you can see the washi tape a little bit better, just a planner page. And the black hearts again. And I don't know why, but I love that paper. I think it's the chalkboard-esque-ness of it. Okay, what I'm doing here is I have some pages, if I can find them, like the planner page. I kind of want to make sure that it's centered. I find it easier to do that this way. This one I also wanted to be centered. So I'm doing that. That looks good. That looks good. So everything is looking good. And I was planning on getting this bound in this video, but I can. Jesse. Alright. So, what you need to bind a journal, and I can go over this in more detail. This I just wanted to be a quick video. So what I like to do, I just learned this, so I'm going to give this a try. You want to put a straight edge in here, and you want to scooch everything down as hard as you can. And then I'm going to take a clip and clip there. And I just ruined. Ugh. Get all your clips out, Karen, so you're prepared. Okay, that can set to the side. This is making me crazy. Okay. So I'm going to take the ruler and I'm going to stick it in here and I'm going to push everything down, like squish it together. And then I'm going to take, I found these giant paper clips or clothespins at Hobby Lobby. And I'm pushing my thumbs in the divide and I'm scooching the papers together because I want to make sure they stay together the way I want. I found these giant paper clips at Hobby Lobby. People use binder clips. I just found these to be easier, and I do alternate corners and then come back and do these corners. And then I have to get the heart in. So I'm going to place it. And I don't mind that it's overhanging the top a little bit. So I'm going to hold my book, and then I'm going to put the doily in place. The things we do to make pretty journals. Alright, there we go. So then, I have just a stack of my extra book pages here. So then you need an awl or a sharp pointy tool. I got this at the Walmarts for like under $4. It was a couple years ago, so I don't know if they still have it. Amazon does have kits for book binding or leather crafting, so you may want to check there too. I can see if I can find a link, but this is an awl, an AWL. And it's a pointy tool to poke through like leathers and stuff like that, but it works also for books. So I find the middle-ish visually, and I just poke through. You can see how my little point has come out. So there's that. And then I'm going to go probably down to here. Actually, no. I would like to put it here, but then the doily's not going to be caught at the top, and I feel like it will flip down. So I think I'm going to have to go up into the doily a little bit. Some people have a book cradle, so it's like a V where you can set this in and then punch down. Those are fine. this way works for me. Other people will hold the book like this and then poke it. And then it pokes holes into whatever you have under it. And I don't like that as well. I would rather hold it on its side and poke through it. Whatever works for you is fine. Some people have old paperback books that they use when they do it like this and then poke into it. But like I said, whatever works for you is fine. So this is hemp thread that I found. I apologize for the crinkles. Of course, the colors that I want are at the very bottom. This feels like it has a coating on it. A lot of people use wax thread. I just happened to find this on clearance at Hobby Lobby and thought it would work fine. So I was debating if I wanted the bright pink or the light pink, and I want the light pink. So, and I've also used embroidery floss. You just want to tug on it and make sure that it's strong enough to support your journal. Pearl cotton would always also work. It's another heavier kind of embroidery thread. And then you go 3 lengths of your journal. I usually go 3 and then a little extra because I'm extra. Alright, yes, I need new scissors. Alright. And I just have this. It's from Dollar Tree. It's just an envelope. I have different embroidery threads that I use. I keep my awl in here. I keep my clothespins in here. And then I hauled one of these in my last haul. It's just a magnetic holder. And I keep my pin in there so I don't lose it. So, and I just watched Pam at the Paper Outpost do this. I'll try to post her a link to her YouTube in here so you can see how she did it. And she did the stitch a little bit different than I'm used to, so I'm going to give that a whirl and see what I can find. So you want to make sure just one thread is left hanging out here. And then you go through the middle. And then I just had to re-poke where my hole was. Sometimes I have to do that because the paper folds back on itself and you can't see the hole. And I have the world's biggest needle for this. I don't know why. Probably because it had a big eye. So then I usually go through here and then up through here and then tie it. But Pam went down here. And then she went back up through here. And you want to make sure. So here's my original thread. I'm going to take it on this side and pull it down. Because you don't want your needles to split the thread. Because if it does, it breaks it. And that's not good. Alright, and then I do on the other side. So, the way Pam explained it is you have your spine, and then you have your 2 angel wings or arms. So you tug your arms a little bit, but not enough to start tearing your papers. And then you go, I go right over, I go left over right, and then right over left, and then I do one more, just, actually I usually do a bow. So there's that. Son of a biscuit. So that was a great tutorial about how to do this and how not to do a hidden spine. Karen. Ay. This doily may not make it into the finished journal because it is annoying me. So I'm using my needle here to try to undo my knot, since I made my knot so good. Apologize if you can see my head. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that tore through the... Son of a... Fuck. Alright. So here's my pretty journal, unbound again. I'm going to add my clothespins back on. Here's this. Where did my hidden spine go? Where can she be? I wonder which one I'm supposed to use. This one. Alright, so we're gonna fold this. So we're gonna no more paper doily. It's really pretty, but we'll have to do something else with it because I can't today. Alright, so I snugged up my journal again. And I'm going to take this little guy and I'm going to center it just visually. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm going to put a little dot here, and a little dot here, and a little dot here. And then I'm going to take my straight edge and I'm going to line it up in the center of the dot and draw a line. And draw a line. And draw a line. And then I'm going to visually so I can see the orange through all of this. So I'm just going to guess that that is the middle. And I'm just going to draw a line. And then I need my awl again. And my stack of books. And then I need to punch a hole in all three of these spots. And these book pages where I punched holes through, I'll probably just recycle or save the stack to do book bindings with. Doesn't matter. I could also still use it for glue. It's not that big a deal. Alright, and I see that this isn't... It was like expanding, so I don't want that. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go dink, dink, dink. Scooch the pages up. So this turned into a whole video that I was not expecting it to, but that's okay, because you guys are learning. Should have done the marks on the other side. Alright, let's see. I do have an eraser here. I'm erasing my lines. I don't have to erase that one, just these. Because I don't want to see them on the sides of the spine. And you may not be able to, but just in case. Alright, whoops. Shot that out to the puppy. Seriously, there's hearts everywhere. Goodness gracious. I seriously do not know where my hidden spine went. I'm gonna go see if the puppy stole it. I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back again. Turns out she didn't have it, couldn't find it, so I quick made another one. So, this is how you do a hidden spine. And also a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So, here is my journal and the piece of paper that I'm going to put my spine on. Seriously, there we go. Eek. I've not done one of these before, so I'm learning along with all of you. And then, this is a little different than I typically do my pamphlet stitch. So I go through the middle, up through an end, and then out through the other end. And then I'm going to tug on this a little bit, because it was a little short, and I don't want it to slip through. So again, tug your strings down so that you don't cut through them. So here's this, and then through the hole. And actually, I want to be on the other side of this string, so you have a spine and 2 arms, and you want 1 arm on each side of the spine, just like in real life. And then you want your strings to be about the same length. You can see here mine are not, so I need to tug this a little bit to pull a little bit of this one through, and then I'll tug this to pull a little bit of this one through. I didn't tug enough. At this point, I can take these off because my pages are all attached to each other. And I'm a little bit frustrated with myself because this isn't going the way I wanted it to. So that's better. So tug this till it's tight, but don't rip your pages. So this, I'm going to do a knot left over right, right over left. And then I tie, this is just glue that was on my fingers. And then I'm going to tie a bow. If you want, you can leave them long and put thread dangles on. If not, you can just tie a bow like I did. And I'm going to put my needle away so that it doesn't end up on the floor. Alright. So, all of my bookbinding stuff can go back in their respective bags. So there's that. Zip that baby up. And then I just have a bigger bag that I keep it in so that I know where everything is. Those I need to find a different bag for. Let's scrap that in there. And yes, I throw the bookbinding stuff under my desk right now. Alright, so then comes the process of putting this inside this. So what we will do, since my hidden spine piece is not as big as the book, I will just take this glue and I will smear this glue all over this. And yes, that's my puppy again, but I'm going to ignore her because she has to learn that she can't go out every time she has to go. Sometimes she has to hold it, because if Mom and Dad are busy. We can't always drop everything and take her. So it might get a little loud, and I apologize for that. Tissue is... I like to... This glue oozes quite a bit, so I like to clean off the nozzle before I put the lid on. And this does not dry as fast as the art glitter glue does, so I don't mind taking time off to do that and leaving it open. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to try to center it as best I can, and we're just going to push it down. And I'm going to flip it open and I'm going to push it down in the middle. And I'm going to flip it this way, and I'm just going to smooch it on this side too. Alright, I'm going to leave it like this to dry. I wish I had some heavy things to put on it, but alas, I do not. So we'll just leave it like this and hope it turns out. Until next time, I hope you had fun crafting with me, and I can't wait to see what you guys are creating and hear about how you are containing all of your scraps. I'll talk to you next time. Bye!